sloth art journey that we're taking, but we haven't quit. No. And guess what? Today I am in the art cabin. On today's prompt, we are going to create a page that describes who is your hidden self. I mean, everyone around you in your circle and tribe knows who you are, who you present yourself to be. Like, I'm a wife, I'm a sister, I'm a nana, I'm a mother, I'm a good friend, all of those things. But deep inside all of us, there is this hidden being of who you want everyone to know who you truly are from the depths of your soul. But for me, I've always been afraid to let that all out for fear of people thinking I'm completely out of my mind. Little tweaks have come out, but not all of it. So that's what my page is about. So let's get started on a back. So I've kind of rigged my phone up against that upside down enamel bowl. So I'm just going to start, and I'm really drawn to use greens today. So I've got this BU acrylic green. I'm going to shake it up. It's never been used. And I'm going to use this. I wonder if it has a cap on it. Of course it does. These were $1.25 at our Dollar Tree. So that means they're $1 at yours. And I'm just totally going random. So I'll just put a drop there, there, and then I want to use this green here. I love this. This is called Green Gold from Golden Acrylics. Even getting paint on my fingers right now, I'm excited about it. It's just crazy. I was lying in bed this morning feeling sorry for myself, thinking, I read this post and it said, most people are posting pictures about their summer vacation and I'm posting mine about doctor's appointments, you know? But then you got to snap yourself out of that nonsense, because that's just nonsense. Get over it. It is what it is, baby. I'm just looking for a piece of cardboard. I think I will just use this. It's those tickets from Tim Holtz. I just tore the end off. I need one more green. What could I use? It's let me look in my paints. Oh, here we go. I'm not even dressed, you guys. I have my pajamas on. But I thought, you know what? Creating is so good for you. Do what you know, Monica. Do what you tell other people to do. Don't be such a feel sorry. Well, like my mom says, you're allowed to feel sorry for yourself for 5 minutes, or she says 24 hours. Then that's it. She was an excellent psychologist. Okay, so now I'm going to take my cardboard edgy and just swirl and see. Oh my! Great Googa Mooga! You guys should see how gorgeous this is turning out to be. Oh my goodness, I love it. Oh wow, this is really pretty. I'll show you in just a second when I can lift the phone. Now to you guys, this must look like a green globby mess, but to me it's gorgeous. You can see the some of the paints are kind of more shimmery, so can you see? I love it. And I'm even going to give it a little distress spray paint on top of this. Okay, it gave it even more of a citron look. That color right there is my favorite color on planet Earth. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is just start collaging. I've got a whole bunch of stuff, like all of these pieces here were stuck in the pocket of my distress journal. When I first got this Delusions journal, I did a workshop with Donna Downey. She came to town, and I got this workshop, this book, and she also took off her apron and gave it to me, which was really awesome. So I'm just gonna collage a whole bunch of stuff. Like I had some rub-ons and Tim Holtz words. Oops. And just, play around. I think I got you guys propped in an area where you can sort of see, and I'll keep lifting up the page, and I'm sorry about that, but I just knew that I would not do this if I didn't just go ahead and do it. So I'm tearing some Asian script. I have no idea what the words or what the symbols represent, and I'm going to glue that down the side. There's no rhyme, no reason, nothing. Oh, there's green. Look at that. Can you guys see that little bit of green symbol? That's pretty nifty. I'll glue one there, and then I'm going to glue a smaller piece at the top, and I might as well incorporate that green that I didn't even know was on the page. I love when that happens. A piece across like that. And then, well, let me get this glued first. So right now I'm using a set of Unity stamps called Grow Into Spring. I joined their Kid of the Month club. I think it's the best thing I ever did. That was so many years ago, but these stamps are incredible. So I'm using this tree. Almost looks like the tree of life. And you guys are probably wondering, who is my secret self? Well, it started years ago. It started emerging when I started doing this. Well, let me go all the way back. I had a spinal fusion. And that, even though I've had 3 brain surgeries, that had to be the most difficult thing to walk around in a brace for 6 weeks. The pain, hardest thing, and I got an infection. So my friend Judy, who was very, very spiritual, she came by one day, and we were walking, and she said, Monica, I said, Judy, why aren't I healing? Like, what is going on? She goes, well, maybe you were stopped for a reason so that you could get the message. And I'm like, get the message? What the heck are you talking about? And she goes, no, there's a message in everything. And maybe you haven't got it yet. So I started, thinking. So we went on these healing walks together every day. She saved, oh my God. You know what, I think I haven't talked to her for a while, but I'm going to send her a message today just telling her how she saved my life during that time, because it was really, I was down, down, down. Anyway, and she said, what can you learn from this? Now here's my tree. I stamped it on just kind of foolscap paper, and I'm going to glue it right beside, or place it for now, right beside that Chinese text. So we walked and walked and walked and talked, and we had little bits of paper in our pockets, and we were literally writing down all the things that I realized that I had learned from the experience of this spinal fusion. Not that it was my fault or anything, but all the things that I learned from it. And she said, we wrote them all down, and we said, isn't it interesting how you can soothe, this is text, just doing the same thing, how you can soothe your soul with the things you have around you. Like, you don't have to go to Greece to take up yoga, and you don't have to, do you know what I mean? You don't have to do all these things. Like, you feel like, oh, I wish I could go to a spa. Oh, I wish I could journal. Oh, you can do it. You do it. You have everything you need within you. So we started a workshop called Soothing the Soul. And we tried it on our friends first, and we rented this beautiful place, and we tried it on our friends first. And then we branched out, We started doing it for teachers' conventions, special education conventions, anywhere where people were caregivers and they were getting burnt out, because that's really where I had started, right? And it was such a success. And then I started realizing, oh my God, I think I've been called to be a teacher of sorts. I already worked in education, but a teacher and a healer. And always in my heart of hearts, I always wanted to be a doctor. But as I'm older, I'm realizing it wasn't a doctor I wanted to be, it was a healer. I wanted to be a healer, to heal people, and not just physically, but just emotionally, just be a healer. And I suppose that's probably coming from my mother, who is a psychologist. And so then I just, I won't tell you my whole life because it'll take all day, but anyway, as time had it, I ended up becoming a doula. And these are Tim Holtz reinforcements. Actually, I'm going to glue this strip down because I don't want to play around. I don't want to organize this in my head. I just want to do it as I'm talking. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to make it like a plan to do this. So I'm going to glue that text down. And what I'm doing, everything I'm doing down here, I'm doing on the vertical up here. So I started working in education for 20 years and with special needs. And then I became a doula. And there was something about being a doula, something about the mystery of it, the, I don't know, spiritualness of it for me. That was it. I felt like that was it. It wasn't a doctor. It was a healer, helper, teacher. You know, I taught childbirth education and everything. And then I started sending intentions to people. Like I set up my sacred space, which was so hard because I thought I would be judged. And I don't know why. I just thought I would be judged, like something's wrong with her. She's got a sacred space set up like some kind of weirdo. So it was hidden at first. I didn't want anyone to see it. And then as time went on and I started doing more reading, and I realized, are you kidding me, Monica? Like, come on. So I put it out, and now it's in my bedroom, up close, center stage, sacred space, with my smudging, with my, you know what I mean? It's right there. And then, of course, the more you, what's the word? The more you learn about yourself and the more reading you do, I realized I was somebody like, I love to make herbal potions for people. I love it. Like if my grandkids come over and they have a stomach ache, we'll walk to the garden, we'll pick mint tea, I'll make them a concoction of mint tea, and they will drink it, they will feel better, and the satisfaction of that is so awesome. And then I heard somebody say that was called a hedge witch. Somebody that's a healer, a teacher, loves to brew things. That's me. I love to brew something. You just ask me to whip up something for your whatever, poultice for your whatever, and I'll do it. Anytime anybody in the family has any kind of ailment, even friends, who do they call? Me. And who's 99% right in the diagnosis? Me. Now, I could not treat them. I wouldn't know what to do. Like, I don't know how to treat your gallbladder but I know if something's wrong. I can put my hands on you. I can feel what, I don't know why. I can just feel like Janet hurt herself about 2 months ago, and I just placed my hands on her back and I could feel where she'd hurt herself. So I started massaging it for her and it started feeling better, and I told her what to do, and her back is fine now. So I've learned that what I am, my secret self, is a hedge witch. Witch has got such a negative connotation. Oh my God. And I want you guys to see what I'm doing. So I put the Chinese or Asian text, I don't know what it is. It could be Sanskrit. I don't know. The text, I ink the edges of the text and the tree stamp. Then I put the reinforcements there. And I'm just about to put some of those little reinforcements there. And I will stamp something over here to echo the same thing. Okay? So when I became a doula, I did a lot of reading on trying to get this back to where it was. Not that it's going to help because I don't know if you guys can. There. I did a lot of reading and just adding some more reinforcements. There's lots of really pretty ones, but I kind of want to keep this more earthy. I did a lot of reading on birth and how we became into the hospital versus home birth and all that kind of stuff. And in one of the books, it was so interesting. Now I am Roman Catholic baptized, so all of you out there, I don't want you saying, oh, she doesn't like Catholics. I'm born Catholic, okay? Raised Catholic. The Catholic Church, when it first got, it was more political things, and I don't know the exact reason, but they wanted it to be mostly male dominated. And someone in a Catholic church or Anglican church was very, very threatened by strong healing women because they didn't understand it. They just didn't know what it was. Who were these women that were going out at nighttime with capes on and satchels with herbs and concoctions in their bags? Who were these people? So the kings and the popes hired the best artists in the land, like Michelangelo, Da Vinci, to start portraying these women as, ugly. And I don't know if you guys know this, but midwives way back in the day kept their index fingernails really long so that they could break the amniotic sac because there was no medical tool for that. I know it sounds gross, but that's what they had to do. So they would depict these women with these long nails hunched over at nighttime with a cape on. You get where I'm going? And those were the first images of a witch. She did things. She'd go to a house. She'd come out of the house and there'd be a new life in the house. Like, come on, how do you do that unless you're magic, And this was before people understood what we understand now. And a lot of that was also what happened in Salem with the witches. These weren't witches. They were healers. They were women that were trying to heal people and they were burned at the stake because how can you tell me you can take the plant of mint and get rid of someone's stomachache? Or if you watch Overlander, you can kind of see how the main character, what is her name? She was a medical student because she came back in time. You have to watch it. But she sure knew a lot about herbs and medicine and healing with natural things and same kind of thing. Everybody kind of thought she's kind of weird, Like, how does she know all this stuff? So anyway, those women that were burned at the stake were actually hedge witches. I would have been killed 1,000 times over. I always say that to Richard. They would have killed me. I'd have been gone, But anyway, so that's who my secret self is. Some of you guys are going to think I'm crazy. That's okay, because it's taken me 67 years to be true to who I am. And so I expect that. But I am very proud to say that's what I love. Healing, teaching, aiding, helping. It's just what I love. If you start researching witches, you will understand how they have got, I don't call a hedge witch, yes. I don't really call myself a witch per se, like a, but that's all a part of your teachings and how you grew up. And even the word witch is like, you don't even want to say it, you know what I mean? So I prefer to call myself a healer. And my sister said if we were in a tribe and we were back in Africa, for sure I would have been the medicine woman. And one interesting thing that we found out, because my daughter's a doula, she is exactly like me with this head witchy thing. She came to me, she goes, Mom, I don't know what it is, but I feel like, we always burn incense. She's a clone of me. It is really weird. And then my mother told me that my grandmother, or my great-grandma, would have been my great-grandma, was a midwife. I'm like, a midwife? That would have been if she's my grandma, early 1900s or the late 1800s. She was a midwife. So she had to also be one of those little people that, And so I watch in my grandsons, because I don't think this is specifically a girl thing. And one of our grandsons is just so drawn to herbs and what they do. And ever since he was like little, he will go out into the garden. He smells. I've always told him, I don't want you eating anything unless it smells like food, because you don't want him to poison himself, And he'll come in and his breath smells like chives and thyme and mint. And I go, what were you doing? He's like, I just had a salad. It's so cute. But it's just a natural, and then the others wouldn't dare do that stuff, So yeah. So that's my secret self. I'm a hedge witch. And it's actually kind of a cool thing. And I believe in God 100%. And I don't cast spells, but I do pray and say intentions for my family or for somebody, struggling, or like I pray for them. To me, that's the same thing, I guess. Asking specifically for what you want is an intention. And so I guess it's all in just a name, but it's just so interesting how the witch negativity, how that, when I read that, I was like, oh my God, really? And of course, created by threatened men, which is like, so maddening in so many ways. But that's the way it was. So here's my collaging. Isn't it looking cool? I'm just going to keep carrying on like this. So I chose this one, and I'm going to glue her in the middle of the page because she looks the least mad at the world, because they all look so grumpy. Oh, I should ink her around. Yeah, they all look so mad. Not sure why, but whatevs. But she was the best of the bunch. She looks more pensive than anything. So I'll glue her. But I love how this is turning out. I really, really do. Just using the kind of neutral, earthy tones on top of the bright green. Love it. So what I did since I last showed you, I'm not sure if I showed you that I also stamped that flower on the foolscap paper, which is just sitting here protecting our table. I tore a little piece off, and then I put the numbers up there and across there, and then I continued the reinforcement circles all the way around the page to here. And for me, anyone that knows me, anybody that knows me well, knows that my belief is the most powerful thing in the world is a circle of women, no matter where. Whenever I have my stitch group, we always sit in a circle on purpose. Whenever there's a group of women, there's nothing like the power of a circle of women. I just can't even stress it enough. Anywho, then I found my Tim Holtz words, and I wanted to find any that were applicable to my secret self, because I thought there probably won't be any. And as it turns out, there were so many. So that one says the storyteller, a look in her eyes, magic and truth, do all the good you can. She could believe, full of superstitions. She whispered, it softly under the stars. She was a strange little girl. Sure was. And so then I stamped this kind of florally stamp all the way around it. Where's the stamp? It's hard to tell because they don't have the stamp on the other side. Do you know what I mean? But it's kind of a vine of flowers. But I just kind of, oh, listen to the birds. So fun to be crafting outside. So pretty. So yeah, that's where I am now, and I am just trying to find some words that kind of say secret self, or I'm sure I'll never find hedge witch. It's just not going to happen. I might get creative though. We'll figure it out. But anyway, that's where I am right now. And you know what? I found it hard sharing this with you guys because it's something that I keep so deep inside of me, but I thought, I'm going to ask you to do it. I'm going to do it too. So I have one more step I want to do on this page, but I just want to show you, if you can see in the corner here, I'll show you the stamp. This pregnant mama. See her? It's just right there by the tree. I just kind of wanted to make acknowledgement to the doula life and all of that, you know. And then I googled hedge witch, so you guys could know what it says. You can Google it yourself. Also, I took my old rub-ons. My God, they're so old. And I just keep them in a big pile over here. And I actually want to take the little butterfly off that one. And these were dollar store rub-ins, and they must be 200 years old, I'm sure. I'm going to either put it there or here. I'm not, probably there. But anyway, part of the definition of a hedge witch. The hedge witch has a good plant knowledge and is drawn to medicine and healing. If that isn't me, I don't know who it is. And I didn't know all of this until this past year, that's what I was feeling was called. I did not know that. So it's kind of funny because I've always been drawn to medicine and healing, and I've always been drawn to plant-based healing, like I'm talking like herbology. And then you say, well, why can't you heal yourself, Miss Hedge Witch? I don't know. I don't know if there's a plant that cures lupus and trigeminal neuralgia, but maybe one day. Oh, and then I found this so cute because I'm in the art cabin. A little cottage, and I put the date July 15th. So I'm just going to go ahead. The last thing I want to do, because this is too crisp and white for me, I want to take some pigment ink ombre, and I'm pretty sure it's see-through. I hope it's not really ombre. I want it to be more translucent, so we'll try it out. I might have to water it down a bit. So, and I just want to put a coat of it all over the whole page. Oh, I added this washi tape of butterflies down the side because, you know, I don't know. And I mean, even the pregnant woman, we all know she's there, but we can't really see her. But that's okay because there's her face. I know she's there. There's so much layering on this, and I love it, and it's yummy. So I hope you guys enjoyed coming with me on my journey of my sacred self. And I can't wait to see what you have in store. And we'll see you next time. And thanks so much for watching. And again, thanks for being so patient with me. Because I just poke along here and telling you, well, I'm going to get it done. Swear I'm going to get it done. So we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.